Hey guys, it's Twig from Get Off My Lawn Gaming, and I've been asked numerous times for a medical update, so I just figured I'd make a quick video. As you can see, I've had my surgery. I'm 6 days post-op now, and frankly today's been the best day that I have felt good enough to do this. Was the surgery worth it? Absolutely. Brief history on what caused this surgery to begin with. Last October, I went to my annual business meeting for the company that I work for, and when we got to the hotel, I started noticing that my right foot wasn't picking up off the ground, just randomly walking. And I started feeling weird in my right leg. It was getting numb. I didn't know it at the time, but it was getting numb. So fast forward to January of this year. By that time, everything from my midsection down, about 2 inches above my navel down, was numb. I felt sensation, so it wasn't like I was paralyzed, but it was weird when you got in the shower because you could feel temperature from here up, but nothing from there down. No temperature, no hot, cold, nothing. It was weird. And I've also had lower back issues too. Doctor that I went to gave me shots, steroid shots in my lower back because my lower back has been killing me, and they did an MRI on it, and I have arthritis, significant arthritis in my lower back because I was an athlete. Can't tell by my physical shape now, but I was an athlete. I played baseball for years. So you fast forward to maybe, I want to say, into February, early March, nothing was getting better. I didn't know any better because I wasn't told anything was wrong with my cervical spine because we hadn't done an MRI on that yet. And I went back for my follow-up after my shots, and I told my doctor that my lower back was a little bit better, but nothing else was gone. And he said, well, let's go to physical therapy. So I went to physical therapy, and my physical therapist is the one who actually found it. He did a reflex test on the bottom of my foot, and some of you will Google this, but it's called the Babinski reflex. I had no idea, never heard of it before. But that's when they rub the back of a reflex hammer on the bottom of your foot in a upside-down J motion. And babies, when you do that, their toes will fan out. When you're an adult, your toes curl in. Mine didn't. Mine fanned out, and that's a sure sign of neurological issues. So with that, he sent me back to my orthopedist that did my shots on my lower back, and he ordered MRIs for my thoracic spine, which is the middle part of your spine, and my cervical spine, which is your neck. When I went back a week or so after that, the same doctor that did the shots on my back that told me that I believed, and he told me that if I was a family member, he would not suggest surgery unless it was absolutely necessary. The first thing he said to me was, you need surgery. So I went and saw the surgeon who did x-ray and verified that I had a disc between levels 6 and 7 on my cervical spine, C6 and C7, that was pressing on my spinal cord. It was like pushed into my spinal cord, and that was what was causing all these issues. I had balance issues. I could barely walk. When I work, what I do for a living, I'm a store manager, so I'm on my feet a lot. And when I'd come home from work, there were times towards the end there that I had to physically crawl into the house. Go up the stairs and crawl into the house because I was hurting so bad. So he scheduled a surgery, and I had an ACDF. What that stands for is anterior cervical discectomy and fusion. They go in. Hold on, I'll take this off so you can see the incision because I've now been able to take the bandage off. They go in through your throat, or your neck they call it, and then they move your esophagus and your windpipe out of the way, and they go in there and they remove that disc and get the compression off of your spine. And then what they do is, you're missing a disc between your vertebrae, so you have to have something there. They go in there and they put a bone graft. They didn't take it from me. They had donor bones. So they put a bone graft in there, and this is on there so I can't turn my head left or right, obviously, or I'll go up and down very much, so that it'll heal. So the bone they put in there will fuse with my two vertebrae. I have to have this on all the time. The only time I can take this off until I see my surgeon next Tuesday, I think it is to take a shower. And it sucks. And if it looks like it sucks, trust me, it does suck. However, I'm doing what I got to do because I've got kids and grandkids that I want to play with. And not being able to walk, no, that wasn't an option. So I went ahead and had the surgery done. And outside of 3 or 4 days of nausea, I feel great. The only thing that hasn't come back 100%, or I had a lot of feelings back in my right hand, except my fingertips are still a little bit numb, and between my toes for some reason. But everything else, and the part of my midsection is still kind of crappy, and my thighs, both my thighs. They're pins and needles. When I say numb, they're pins and needles, like if you'd fallen asleep on your body part, and how it feels when you wake up. But everything else is back, and my lower back doesn't hurt. Was it worth it? Absolutely. This does suck. And I'm also asleep with a CPAP because I have sleep apnea. You want to see the definition of suck when you're trying to sleep? Hold on just a second. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, I gotta sleep like this every night. Yeah, and I asked my daughter to bring me some tape because this mask wasn't fitting properly, and yeah, she decided to put unicorns on it. So, hey, whatever it is, what it is. Well, anyway, that's just a brief update on how I'm feeling, which is actually head and shoulders, even though I'm wearing this thing, head and shoulders better than where I have probably since the middle of last year. Well worth it. Well worth it.